Hi, it's Terry, and as you can see I've got the bikes out of the shed today. I've cleared the shed because what I want to do today, before I do anything on the MZ or anything on the CZ, I need to get this engine back together to put in the jawa R2. Because if you remember, I've took the aluminium cylinder, the model 638 out. Dennis has got that now. I seen him the other day, so I'm really pleased he's got that. But I've got this engine here that I want to put in, and it's the type 632. It's the iron cylinder type. Now the reason I want this is because I think it'll go better with the bike, even though the 638 has got that bit more power. So I'm going to put the crank in today. Now, as you can see, I've actually put the new bearings in. Now the type of bearings I've decided to use, now it's all personal preference, but I decided to use the Kaya because I think the quality is much better. Just a standard 6305 C3. Now the C3 just means it's got that extra clearance for normal running temperatures. Right, so the left hand crankcase is on the bench. As you can see, gearbox is assembled, and underneath I've even got the kickstart shaft in there. Now these two pieces of wood, what I've done, I've screwed them under the bench here so they don't move, and the next thing to do is heat this casing up. Now the crankshaft is being frozen at the moment, so that once it's all heated, especially this area here where the centre bearing carrier has to go in, it has to be just like a tight fit, and the bearing as well, that'll have to be warmed up so that it can go straight down in one. Now the other thing I've done with this is, I don't know whether you can see, there's a little recess there, and a dowel actually has to fit in there that's fixed to the lab planet seal or the centre bearing carrier. But I use a guide to guide it down, because once you drop the crank in there isn't much time, 10-15 seconds before the crank draws the heat out the bearing, and it can become stuck, which will mean pulling it back out. So there's not much time. So once you start dropping it in, it needs to go straight in, and the dowel in the labyrinth seal needs to locate straight in there. Right, so I'm ready now really, so I'll start warming that up, and I'll go and get the crank and we'll fit it in. Right, so the crankshaft's in now, so the next thing I need to do is take this handle off, get the guide off, and then we can put the sealants on. Right, so the crankshaft's in the left hand crankcase now, and let's have a closer look at that dowel I was on about. You can see it now. So this aluminium ring there, that's the labyrinth seal and bearing carrier, and it locates there. And that's what the guide was for, bolted to that hole. Right, so it's all in there. So what I need to do, I need to get some seal around here, you know. Now I have cleaned all this surface off with white spirit to get all residue oil off. And that. Now some use Kawasaki, Yamaha or Honda Bond, which is quite good, very expensive. Others use a Loctite, can't remember the what Loctite it is, but I'll put it on the link anyway below. But I'm going to use what I've always used, which is a basic silicone adhesive for engines, up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, and I've used it since 1983, since I've done my first jawa engine. So if something works, I think it's best to carry on using it. So I'm going to do that anyway now, and then put the other half on. It's all nice and free. That's great. Right, so I'll carry on. Right, so I'm going to start applying this silicone here. all the way around. But there is something else I want to show you before I carry on. Now when we get to just about here, I'll try and reposition the camera. There's a little slot here. We've got to be careful not to seal that over, because that's a breather for the gearbox. If we was to seal that gap over there, when you're riding the bike, the engine's running, obviously the air inside warms up, oil expands and that, and it can't push the air out there, so it tends to leak out the clutch push rod hole, the seal and that. So just something to bear in mind there, that breather. But I'll carry on putting this sealant on there, and then we'll get the cover on. Right, so the both crankcase arms are on there. Crank's nice and free. So what I'm going to do is just do these bolts up to bolt the two halves together, but they need to be done in a sequence. So starting, say, around about the centre where the crank is. So if I do this far, just nip it there till it bombs out, and then go directly over to the other side, and then to here, out to this one. And if I carry on like that, then I'll spread the load out evenly when I bolt the cases together, once I pull them up. Right. So I'm only nipping them up a bit now. I'll pull them even once they're all nipped up. Right. I'll just carry on with this now, and then we'll get it on the bench. Right, so I've tightened all the bolts up there, casings torqued up, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the crank seals in. I shall start on the left side, the clutch side, and I can assemble the clutch then. I've got a new primary chain as well to fit there, and then I can get the cover on. Same with the right side, I shall put the sealing, alternator. But the cylinders, pistons, etc. I shall leave till last. But the crank's all free, nice. Feels really nice. Right, so I shall put it on the bench then and make a start on the primary side.